Welcome to week one. Please remember to review the announcement section each week, in addition to the weekly news forum for course broadcasts on important changes that may occur throughout the course. It's vital that you review the course syllabus, as this will help you understand the points, evaluation criteria you need to attain in the course to be successful. As always, time management is key, including participation in discussions and timely submittal of your assignments. Please review the attendance policy to understand the beginning and ending of each week. Similar to other online courses, pay close attention to the class rules and familiarize yourself with APA requirements on how to avoid plagiarism. This week, we'll be starting in Chapter 1, the foundation of ethical thought, and we'll conclude with Chapter 2, the evolving complexities of business ethics. Chapter 1 introduces us to the concepts of ethics and business ethics. Point 2 of Chapter 1, ethics is a complex concept to describe. Different philosophies have used different theories in order to explain and guide ethical behavior. Although some of the theories presented in this chapter were developed over 2,000 years ago, they are appropriate and applicable to today's business environment. This chapter demonstrates that the 8 underlying principles presented in the Global Business Standards Codex that are interrelated with each other, as well as with major philosophical theories related to ethics. We'll see how Panera highlights the Panera Cares Community Cafes, a loaf in every arm, demonstrates how one company can address the needs of many stakeholders. Our last point for Chapter 1 is our example. We'll see Sir Nicholas Winton, a true humanitarian, demonstrates that one person can have an impact on many others by doing the right thing, even at great personal risk. In Chapter 2, we will learn to become and realize that even famous pop stars, such as Bono, may exercise behavior that to outsiders may be considered unethical and is inconsistent with the person's own beliefs pertaining to aiding the less fortunate. In point 2 of Chapter 2, we will address the global nature of ethical issues. Regardless of the industry and country, ethical issues and resolving ethical dilemmas are universal. The history of business ethics highlights the longevity of unethical behavior. As was stated in the beginning of the preface of the textbook, unethical behavior is as old as commerce itself. As long as there is a finite amount of resources, some people will continue to try to obtain those resources by whatever means possible. In point 3 of Chapter 2, the discussion on integrity helps understand the distinction between legal and ethical behavior. While some of you will always state that their ethical values will be based on the legal standards, the role of integrity in the decision-making process will allow us to see that there are benefits to moving beyond the minimum legal standard. In point 4 is our discussion on how unethical behavior can be linked directly to the Bono case at the beginning of the chapter. It's important to understand that your perceptions may not correspond with the perceptions of others. This discussion could lead to general discussion on heuristics and rules of thumb and your role in making ethical decisions. The discussion could also lead to how decision makers can rationalize unethical behavior. The cheating culture is an excellent topic for you to understand. The rationale of unethical behavior is not just an occurrence in a corporate setting. The example of making false statements on a person's resume should reinforce to you that there can always be evaluations based on providing accurate information, even if it is years after the false information was first presented to an employer. To complete the week's deliverables, please remember that you will need to first introduce yourself at the Day 1 check-in activity. You will need to participate in a discussion and make sure that your initial post is posted by Wednesday at 11:59. You will need to also respond to at least 2 classmates with a minimum of 50 words that contributes and furthers the discussion. Your writing assignment requires you to read Case 1, Bernard Madoff, How the One Big Lie Can Destroy Thousands of Lives, in the cases section of your book, and provide your response to the question in the assignment. Follow the instructions in the course on how to submit your assignment. It's important to follow proper APA format to get the maximum grade possible. You will begin working on and submitting your capstone Project 1. Lastly, you are required to attend at least 2 virtual sessions during the course on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Therefore, plan your workload accordingly. I will wish for now everyone a safe and joy-filled week.